are you about to watch this video and you're not liked and subscribed to it? Like the video, please. Just go down. It's right there. It's right there.
I did. I hit it. Have you hit it?
Welcome back to Starting Nine. Episode 265. As we promised you last week, we've got Cody Bellinger on the podcast. Dodger fans, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I mean, my God.
This was needed because, first of all, it was bullshit what happened. We got fucking bamboozled and we got railroaded as a podcast because if you recall, around the All-Star break, because we were making All-Star pushes for certain individuals, we had Yasmani Grandal on the podcast. That day, he hit 2 homers.
Tanks.
That's the Starting Nine rub. He got hurt after that, and everyone was like, oh, it's the Starting Nine curse. No, fuck you.
No.
Then we had Kyle Schwarber on the podcast, who was in the middle of his hottest hitting streak of all time. What did he do that day, Dallas?
Homer.
He had a fucking homer in his first at bat.
First pitch, I believe.
And then he got hurt. Aggressive. Not responsible for that. That was after the homer that he hit on the day that he came on the podcast.
Yes.
Then we have Cody Bellinger on the podcast. He proceeds to hit home runs in back-to-back games over the weekend for the Doyers. So the rub's real. The rub has always been real.
It is very real. That's what you get. We tell you want to get breaded up? Come on yonder. Come holler at your boys. You want to go on a little hot streak? You want to jump ship, basically guaranteed that day. Like, feel free to just hit us on the hip. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boys. We can make that happen.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We've been doing this for 17, 18, 19, 20. This is our 5th season.
Wow.
We got renewed for a 5th season, and here we are just rubbing down the boys. Just making sure
that's what you do.
Nice and lubed up, getting to the plate, toeing the slab.
Just that
nice.
That show slob. Slobbing.
I don't know where to. There are a lot of pretty big storylines.
There's a lot
happening right now.
There's a lot going on in the world of baseball. Like all together, all at once.
There's like some long-term things that we can talk about. There are some short-term things that we can talk about. I don't know. I wish that we had a fucking like the wheel, not the Wheel of Fortune. What's the other one? What's the Price is Right wheel?
Okay.
Yeah, I wish we had one of those that we could spin and land on a topic and we kind of just freestyle it. Maybe because Dr. Claw can only really communicate electronically. Maybe we ask Dr. Claw, like, hey, you throw it, like, you ever see like those freestyle rappers where they're freestyling and then someone will just hold up an index card and then they'll just start rapping about that. And then they'll hold up another one and they can start rapping about that. I feel like if Dr. Claw held up an index card to tell us, like, hey, we're freestyling this podcast because there's so many different things that we could talk about off the top. I would love to do that.
Did he just flash? No, he didn't. Does that say AL East? That doesn't say AL East, does it?
The AL East, huh?
No, he doesn't. No, I must have misread that.
No, I don't think so. What's he got? He's reaching for some note paper here. I've never seen Dr. Claw's handwriting before. I don't know. I feel like he's probably got
it. No, it's grotesque.
Is it?
Yes.
I was gonna say it could be feminine.
No, it's poor.
It's barely legible.
It's poor to quite poor. His handwriting looks like what it would be if somebody wrote out what you were reading.
Okay. All right.
Like
so the Mets collapse.
Oh, God.
And the rise of the Phillies is where Dr. Claw has instructed the top of this podcast to go.
This was amazing. Not only, I mean, is it okay? Is it street legal to just fast forward through the first 2 games? Can we, just like, Phil's win. All right. Can we do that?
Wait, before we do that, didn't you say the Mets were going to win 2 out of 3? Did you say that?
I didn't say that.
I think you said that.
Did I say that?
I think you said that. Yeah.
I don't know if I said that.
I think you said that.
I think you had,
yeah.
No, yeah. I think there's probably some serious editing going on. If you go back and listen to that,
I was there for it.
You probably hear something to the effect of Stroman on the first game and then Taijuan Walker on the back end. You probably hear something like that get thrown. So
I undersold the Phillies. I said Phillies 2 out of 3 You said Mets 2 out of 3. The Phillies swept this series.
They did.
And
handily.
It never really were challenged in this whatsoever. But right now, what we're looking at here is that the Mets are in third place.
Oh, weren't they in first? Yeah. They were in first, Jerry.
I mean, Mets fans, don't turn off the podcast. This is
please. This is not an attack.
We're not trolling.
No.
We're not trolling. It's more just like, hey, we're going to get to the Red Sox later. We're going to get to the AL East. Like, I'm going to shit on myself just as much as I'm going to talk about how bad things are for the Mets right now. But the Mets, this was July 31st. That was like a little bit more than a week ago.
Uh-huh.
They were 4 games up after they walked off the Reds on July 31st. So going into play on August. Today is August 9th. Going into play on August 1st, they were 4 games up in first place. And now they're 2.5 back in third place. That is a swing.
That's a slide.
They went on to lose the series finale. They lost the opener to Cincinnati. They walked them off in the middle game. They lost the rubber game. Then they lost the first 2 against the Marlins, won a game, lost the last one to drop 3 of 4 to the Marlins, and then got swept by the Phillies. And the Mets are basically running up against the same issue that the Red Sox are. And that's that, like, good teams, first place teams, you're going to have your 2-8 runs. Like, that's going to happen. That's baseball. Shit happens. Injuries happen. Slumps happen. That's baseball. But what makes this worse for teams like the Red Sox and the Mets is when the teams around you catch fire. So right now, during this slide where the Mets are 1-7, the Phillies are 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves are 5-2.
Everybody's winning baseball games around you. You're not able to make up any ground. You can't create any separation. You can't catch up when you do win one, when you scratch one out. That is a problem. That's exactly how a slide like this happens, on top of some ticky-tack injuries and whatnot. But that's exactly like that. That right there is this is a moment in the season where you would look back, where you will look back and say, this is exactly when the shift occurred. And they've got to fight back now. They got to punch back. They are in a heap of trouble.
They are in a heap of trouble. And, you would look around and obviously you're not going to place the blame on any one thing, player, occurrence. But I mean, some of these, like Pete Alonso this month, hitting 071, 456 OPS. Like when you sort it out to where you want to look at the Mets just this month, like Pete Alonso is surrounded by starting pitchers in the Mets like offensive categories. You don't want to be there. It's like it goes Stroman, Taijuan Walker, Carlos Carrasco, Rich Hill, Pete Alonso. Like you don't want to be down that side of the list,
especially if we're not talking ERA.
No. McCann hasn't hit. Pilar hasn't hit. Baez hasn't hit. VR hasn't hit. Nimmo hasn't hit. McNeil.
Javi, is it fair to say, I mean, and we'll get to this.
Well, he's hurt now. I don't know. I don't know if they put him on the IL, but I know that he took a swing over the weekend.
I think he went on the IL, or
I know he came out of the game. He didn't even run to first. He grounded to second and just grimaced and never made it out of the box.
That's brutal.
I don't know that I saw an IL. Yeah.
It doesn't look like we see anything. But that's part of, like, that's a big part of momentum at this time of year too, is when you get guys coming over, new faces, new places, and they, for whatever reason, aren't performing or don't, hit the ground running. Now you looking at that going, well, this was something that was supposed to fill this void, or this was something that was supposed to enhance us, make us better. And that's not happening. It's quite to the contrary, where there's been a lack of production. And on top of that, now there's potential injury, which means some, like what we would be supplementing this with is now gone. And we've got to figure out a way to patchwork this thing until he's healthy. And that's just a brutal spot to be in for a team who, a week and a half ago, right?
Literally the start of the month.
Was in first place.
Yep.
And but so
by not even just.
But if you're Mets fans, if you're Mets fans, think about this. All right, here we go. Silver lining, baby. It can't really get much worse, right? Your starting pitching staff isn't going to out-hit Pete Alonso for the rest of the season. Bright spot.
Yeah.
The problem right now is everything that could be going wrong or could not be performing is kind of happening all at the same time. And if that's the case, this is where the tough skids come in.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's going to change. That's baseball, Susan. That's going to change.
Their largest lead of the season was 5 games. Again, they were up 4 games coming into play on August 1st. They're now in 3rd place. I think, by the way, I know that I'm not calling myself a genius by any means, but I've been kind of saying that the Mets are not that great. And I think a lot of logical Mets fans have come around on that and been like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The division is what it is.
Well, the division being what it is different from the Mets not being good. Why are the Mets, in your opinion, why would the Mets, I guess, not be good? Like do they not have a lineup that you feel that
the offense is abysmal. I want to say they're the lowest run scoring team in that division, and it's the Phillies have scored more than 100 runs than the Mets, and I guess that's a tip of the cap to the Mets pitching staff. Stroh's been great. DeGrom obviously has had his injuries, but when he's been healthy, he's been outstanding. Taijuan Walker, the offseason signing of the year. So the starting pitching has been great, but they have a negative 18 run differential.
Mm-hmm. And my question about the offense is, do you believe they can perform, or is this just a valley, if you will, and they're going to be peaking?
It's been a valley for years, and I think it is baffling when you look at some of the names that the Mets have.
That's what I'm asking.
The talent's there.
Asking. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, they've been underperforming offensively for years.
So
I don't think that this is like they are who they are, and like that. Like no,
that's the question though. Is this are they who we think they are now? If this has happened for multiple years, if the skid is now kind of settled, and this is what this offense shakes out to be year after year, how do you look at it like anything other than, well, this is just what happens? I'm not saying that, but it feels like we're in that position, doesn't it? Like I guess they are.
I mean, the Mets,
those names do not make me feel like this is who this offense should be.
Right. I mean, the names on paper, the Mets should be a way better offensive team than what they've been right now. Entering play on Monday. Are they playing today? I'll have to check. I don't think so. The Mets are 24th in Major League Baseball in team OPS. And is it possible that they're worse with runners in scoring position?
I mean, it's possible. I would assume, if that's the case. Are you looking that up?
They're actually a little bit better. They're still 24th, but their OPS is technically better with runners in scoring position. So you tell me. They're still bad. I mean, they're still not performing. Like the league average is 751, and they've got a 711 OPS with runners in scoring position this year. So, I mean, like it really, I mean, I've seen a lot of Mets fans complaining about, oh, we can't get the big hit with runners in scoring position and this and that. Like, that's true. They have been well below average, one of the worst teams in baseball with runners in scoring position. But they've just been one of the worst offenses in general, like regardless of what the situation is. Like the Red Sox are 6th in Major League Baseball in OPS. But I think that they've had some major struggles. They're 19th with runners in scoring position. Like that's what I more expected to see from the Mets, where it's like, okay, we've got a top 10 offense, but with runners in scoring position, we're just not getting that big hit. That would explain the Mets more logically, I think. But it's just they've just been bad.
And that's like for the A's, that was kind of what was happening is there was a lack of offense, but they were getting the hit in the right spot. They were driving in those runs in a crucial spot. Not a ton of them getting put on the board, but in the right moment. That's a tough way to live, man. It's not an easy way to win ball games. It's not an easy way to gain ground or create separation. Mm-hmm. And like at this point in time, that is all you're worried about is, I don't want to say treading water because you should be in attack mode at this point in time. Mm-hmm. You should be sniffing a division. You should be sniffing a playoff berth, if you will. And man, just hunting the one big hit, that's not a way to go. But like I said, man, in that lineup, I feel like they've got names that can get that job done. It's just a matter of it. I feel like you get 2 guys hot, 3 guys hot, things can happen.
Yeah.
And maybe that's asking a lot to have a third of your lineup get hot, but maybe just, hit 300 for a series.
Yeah, just get a little warm. We don't need you to get hot. Just get a little, like a hand warmer or something.
Yeah, we're not asking for a full-on skin fire.
No, we're not asking for like a fucking stove.
No.
Right? We're just asking for like those pocket hand warmers.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
That's it.
So let me ask you this, Dallas.
Talk to me.
August 9th. Mm-hmm. Phillies have won 8 straight. They're in first place. The Atlanta Braves, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. They're 2 back of the Phillies. And then you've got the Mets who have lost 4 straight and 8 of their last 10. They're 2.5 back. Who wins the NL East?
Oh, buddy. Man.
Because I feel like the Mets are getting a lot of grief in this discussion. The Phillies are getting a lot of love in this discussion. And the Atlanta Braves are just the redheaded stepchild that no one is even considering at this moment. But I think I don't know what the Vegas odds are to bet on the NL East right now, but if I were to put some money somewhere, I think it would be on the Braves.
You like the Bravos, huh?
Yeah. Without Acuna.
Yeah. Without Acuna.
Without Ozuna.
I mean, they get is Noah back?
I don't think so. I don't recall seeing that name recently.
I mean, they do got Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
They do got Ozzy Albies.
They do.
They got, I don't know, man. I
mean, Austin Riley, you could make the case that Austin Riley is the most underrated player in Major League Baseball today.
He's been raking. What's he been doing like over the last 2 weeks? Give me the numbers over the last 2 weeks. You find those?
Austin Riley, let's see. Let's find a nice little stretch for him. Austin Riley since July 7th. So a 27 game sample in which the Braves are 16-11. Austin Riley is hitting 340.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting on base at a 403 clip, and he's slugging 689. That's a 1093 OPS in 119 plate appearances, 7 doubles, a triple, 9 bombs. He's driven in 29 runs in those 27 games, and he's walked 12 times.
Yeah, that's getting it done.
Yeah.
That is getting it done.
Austin Riley, like, we're not going to talk MVP for Austin Riley, but if there were a discussion for most underrated player in baseball right now, I think that he would be in the conversation. Obviously, I've said Bryce Harper. Like, Bryce Harper is having a fucking phenomenal season right now.
Quietly.
Very quietly, but I think now people are going to start to notice now that the Phillies are in first place. But Bryce Harper's hitting 302, getting on base at a 413 clip, 570 slug, 983 OPS. He's got 20 bombs, 26 doubles. How many bags? He's fucking stolen 12 bags this year. Good for him.
Love to see that.
Yeah. So Bryce Harper is getting it done. But yeah, I mean, I think that if there were, I don't know what the odds are as of today, Vegas wise, but I'd have to still, I mean, I'm not trying to shit on the Phillies parade right now for winning 8 straight and getting into first place. I'm just saying like from here, if today, all the credit in the world for getting to first place, but the Braves have endured so much this year.
I know, like
kept chugging along.
Is it sustainable?
Yeah, I guess it's not like they're not the team that just won 8 straight.
What's okay? So what's the rotation looking like? They got Chuck Mo Freed, Anderson. Is he hurt? And Noah's hurt. You said right? Still hurt.
So
who else over there? They got another lefty over there, don't they?
Tukey Toussaint. Kyle Muller.
Mm-hmm. He's actually thrown the ball well, I believe.
I mean,
I don't know. The Braves have a. I mean, if the rotation looks decent.
I mean, they've been working with a fucking iron lung. Max Fried, obviously. Ian Anderson is still on the injured list. Drew Smiley.
Yeah, I don't know. The NL East. Oh man. Like, why can't the Phillies ride this wave right now?
They can. I'm not saying that, like, I have never used the word fluke with the Phillies. I think that they've always been a good team that's been underachieving. Like, since the fucking Bryce Harper signing, they've been a good team that is underachieved and had a dog shit bullpen that they allowed to let sink their ship. And right now, I mean, on paper, the Phillies might have a better team than the Mets. I don't know. I don't
really.
I don't think that's wild. I think it's close. I think it's close.
Like statistically performing right now, or just, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think they got a slight nod.
You know who would really make that Philly lineup go? And he leads the team in fucking homers, I believe. The Sacktown Stinger.
Yeah. The most electric dugout personality in the game right now.
Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah. Did you see his reaction when Bryce Harper hit that homer over the weekend?
No.
Oh my God. It was a great shot. It was like a side angle. Harper from the left side hits the homer, and the Phillies dugout is behind Harper.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Harper launch a ball to the moon, and then it immediately zooms in on Rhys Hoskins' face. He's like, "Let's go!" Like the most Dallas reaction of all time.
I love
it. Yeah, no, it's a scene right now. They're feeling themselves. And the Mets are trying to stay positive. Like, I saw, like, what Pete Alonso said, like, you know, we'll be fine. Everyone just needs to smile.
I love me some Pedro.
That's the thing about Pete Alonso is, like, at times you think he's perfect for the Mets and for, like, the New York market. And then he says stuff like that. Like, you got to know that you can't say that in that moment.
Oh,
come on, guys. We just had a 4-game lead in first place, and now we're in third place. But you just got to smile.
Well, I mean, the third place thing is like, look, you could win a ball game and that kind of changes, right?
Yeah, they could be.
I mean, come on, you win a ball game, you're in second place.
Yeah, but you're not in first.
No, you're not in first. But it's as easy as a series for the Mets be able to turn it around. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah, the Mets are off today, by the way.
They're gonna be fine. I really want the New York Mets to win this division, Jared. I really want the New York Mets to
do too.
To be good.
I do too. Like I wanted the Mets to not necessarily be a juggernaut, but the whole narrative of like this would have been the year for the Mets to be great because the Yankees were so dog shit in the first half, where I would have loved the Mets to have their victory parade of like we're New York's team now. You know, the DeGrom injury changes so much.
Well, that's the thing is, and like, when's he coming back? Like, and for how long? Like that is such a huge deal because you get DeGrom back for like a month and a half. That's 6-7 starts maybe, and you're like, oh, okay. If that's at the right time, like if the Mets can eke in to the postseason, where you can now like sort of hand pick where you're going to deploy DeGrom.
Yeah.
That's not a bad place to be.
Well, that's why winning that division is so important.
Yes. So you're not dealing with the one gamer.
Not even. Like, there's not going to be an NL East representative in the wild card game. Like, you need to win the division if you plan on going to the postseason because of that NL West playoff picture. Like, sorry. Like, the Padres are trying to fend off the Reds, who have been fucking red hot too. They've won 5 straight. They've been an awesome second half team. The Cincinnati Reds right now, 2.5 back of the Padres for that second wild card spot. And then you've got the Braves, who are 6.5 back. The Mets are 7 games back of the second wild card spot. So, I mean, it's crazy how you can just snap your fingers and like the Mets went from 4 games up to now 7 games back of a second wild card spot, you know?
Yeah. You just, again, you had to know after a certain point in time with the way the NL West is shaped up, like it's division or bust. Like that, that is what it is.
I mean, you could say the same for the NL Central, I guess, but I mean, at least like 2.5 back with no teams in front of you. If you're the Reds, that's not the worst spot to be in. I think we can all acknowledge that the Padres have the better team, but I mean, we just saw it. We've seen it twice now in the second half that if you're a first place team and you have a couple of shitty weeks and everyone else around you flips a switch and gets hot, guess what? You're on the outside looking in, pal. And that's where the Mets are at. Red Sox are still kind of fortunate enough to have built up as big of a lead as they did on the Yankees. They're fucking 10-3 against them, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, there's only 3 teams in the National League with a run differential of 100 or more runs,
and they're all in the NL West.
You got it.
Yeah.
San Francisco at 130, Dodgers 171, San Diego at 102.
Yeah. Do you think the World Series winner comes out of the National League this year, Dallas? You have the fucking balls to say that? You think there's no fucking chance that the World Series trophy resides in the American League this year? That's what you said.
No, that's not what I said at all.
I think that's what you said.
No. Man. I mean, you put me in a tough spot there.
Yeah.
Put me in a tough spot.
Yeah. All your credibility is on the line.
No, what? Very little. very little.
All your years of playing and now all your years of being a broadcaster and a baseball analyst, all that is on the line here. Which league wins the World Series in 2021?
Dude. I hate to even no, I'm not gonna
you have to say it.
No.
And here's the thing.
I'm not gonna be baited into it.
I'm
not gonna do it.
I mean, I'm just as attached to you as anything else. Like if no one takes you seriously anymore, they're not going to take this podcast seriously. And now I got to find a new job. I want you to be right here. But what fucking league is it, Dallas? You have the balls to say that the American League is going to win the World Series this year?
When I look at the American League and I think about the best offenses in the American League, I think about some of the best offense in the National League. And I think about those offenses in the National League being given an extra hitter, which obviously means the team in the American League would have to deal with not having one of their best hitters. Obviously, a guy designated to do the hitting. And then I think like maybe what's easier to adjust. And I think with some of the lineups we have here, I would be inclined to say the National League could very well have a chance to hold the trophy at the end of the season.
There it is.
I'm inclined to say that.
You're inclined to say that, but you won't say it.
I mean, Jared, again, like there's just certain things that I just can't give to certain. I just can't. I'm not willing to do. Like
right.
I will allow my homerdom to affect that. I will be totally open and honest about that. That my homerism, 1,000% will impact my decision. Does impact my decision.
Right.
Where do you think it's coming out of?
I mean, the best teams are in the National League this year.
Well, I mean,
which
like,
kind of
you don't like that Chicago White Sox rotation?
I do. I think that's one team that, I mean, they don't get a lot of love.
They don't.
No one really talks about them.
And they're not taking them serious because because everybody knows. Like, first of all, they're the only team right now with a fucking multi-digit game lead in their division.
Well, that division sucks.
That's fine. But that's a big part of why nobody's taking them seriously is because everybody's looking at that going, what, you're up 10, 12, what on who? Cleveland, Detroit, Kansas. And so you're just kind of getting laughed at on your way into the postseason. And like, that's a hell of a spot to be at if you're on the South side, being laughed into the playoffs. Like, oh yeah, cool. Don't take me serious all the way to a division title. No problem. No problem. If you're telling me I can just basically throw it in neutral and coast down this second half hill, outstanding. I'll save gas and I'll see you in October.
The Chicago White Sox have a 10.5 game lead. No one else in the division has a winning record. No one else has a run differential that's positive. It's a shitty division, but I don't want that to be a reason why people discredit the Chicago White Sox. I think they're a good team. Are they a great team?
They're getting Lou Bob back, baby.
They are.
Lou Bob coming back. Eloy's back. Dude. Lance motherfucking Lynn.
It's a good team.
Giolitz.
It's a really good team.
Cease and desist with that ass. I mean, come on, bro.
You got the White Sox playing the Houston Astros in the American League Championship Series.
Whoa, hey, I don't want to. I mean, whoa, hey,
hold
on.
on. Hypothetical here. You got the Chicago White Sox playing the Houston Astros in a best-of-7 American League Championship Series, and you're telling me that your pick is the White Sox?
I didn't tell you that.
Okay. All right. I'm just asking.
I didn't tell you that.
I got to ask the questions. I
did not
Wouldn't
tell
be
you
doing
that.
my job if I didn't. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you that August 16th is National Rum Day.
It is National Rum Day.
And to celebrate, our partner Gosling's Rum has introduced the Endless Summer Pina Colada Cocktail Kit.
Fuck yes. I am here for the coladas.
Yeah. You got a hot tub, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you fucking come out of the hot tub all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
This lighter take on the classic pina colada brings in tropical flavors of lemongrass combined with the bold complexity of Bermuda's own Gosling's Black Seal rum. With each sip, be transported to an island paradise where summer never ends. You'll have everything you need to make 16 of these craft cocktails delivered right to your front door by ordering on cocktailcourier.com.
Fucking coladas to the door?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Don't even have to move.
Come on.
You and grandma can just fucking suck down pina coladas in the backyard.
We just get housed.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a day off today.
She definitely can outdrink you.
My grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. The other thing, well, I forget what I was doing, like trying to surprise her with something. And like the bait at 11:30 at night was, hey, you want to come over and have a glass of whiskey? She's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's down. She definitely throws him back.
Oh, she gets after it.
This limited time offer is available for August. Use the promo code RUMDAY for free ground shipping. That is RUM as in Mets Day for free ground shipping on our Gosling's Endless Summer Pina Colada Kit on cocktailcourier.com. I didn't want to move on from that Met series with the Phillies just yet because we've got a fellatio Zach Wheeler.
Oh my. Yeah. CG shut piece. And very emotional day.
Yep.
Pretty awesome day for Phillies fans.
Yeah.
And even the Phillies fans who didn't get to go to the ballpark. We saw videos on the tweet box of an awesome set of homies all together who hung a Roy Halladay jersey up on their lamppost, stood back, listened to the national anthem get played, hands over the hearts. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful scene. That was unfolding in the ballpark as well. On a day where you're retiring Roy Halladay's jersey, you only have one option, and that's to go out and absolutely shove. Like, what else could you possibly do? And that's exactly what Zach Wheeler did. CG shut piece, 11 punchies. Dude was buckets of filth. After the first batter of the game, he retired 22 straight Mets.
Yeah.
22 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The most retired by a Phil starter since Roy Halladay's perfect game.
Yep.
I mean,
that's awesome.
How cool is that?
The coolest.
You know, you've got the hand of the doc reaching down through the clouds, just making sure everything is right in your world. Like, you are on the mound on the day that a baseball god is being celebrated. Like, good things happen to good people. And it's even better that it's Zach Wheeler, who had just gotten breaded up by the Phils, said, hey, you, my man, this electric fucking arm we've been watching, we want you on our hill, leading our charge into October. Sound good? Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. Put the club on his back. Let's roll. On a day where, like I said, man, you got that kind of emotion as a pitcher. When something like that's happening, like, it's just like, you feel it because you don't want to go out there and shit the bed. That's right. What you absolutely do not want to do.
No.
So not only does he go out and shove for a team who has pegged him as the tip of their spear, he does it against a club, not necessarily the same movers and shakers in the front office, but a club that said, you know what, we're good.
Also, this wasn't just one singular great performance on a coincidental day for Zach Wheeler. If the season ended today, Zach Wheeler is the National League Cy Young Award winner.
Say it. Say it again for the people in the back.
If the season ended today, Zach Wheeler of the Philadelphia Phillies is your
Phils.
National League Cy Young Award winner. I think it would be unanimous.
It's
a season where Jacob deGrom was breaking all kinds of records and just doing stupid video game shit. He gets hurt, unfortunately. But now the field opens up. Now you've got a couple of dudes in Milwaukee, Brandon Woodruff, Corbin Burns, Walker Buehler is having a fucking outstanding season. But Zach Wheeler, I mean, like I'm looking at like Corbin Burns numbers, and he had that phenomenal streak of not walking anybody, but the gap between innings, like Zach Wheeler is kind of blowing everyone out. Like 100, he's throwing 156 innings. Corbin Burns is throwing 113.
Yeah.
Brandon Woodruff 137 and
he's
third.
Got more. He's got Who's the second place with the most innings? There's like a 30 inning gap between them.
I mean, like Walker Buehler's right there. Walker Buehler's got 147 and 2/3.
Okay.
Yeah. They've both made 23 starts.
Yeah.
So
just shoved too.
Yeah. Herman Marquez has made 23 starts, but I mean, yeah, I would say you'd be hard.
Walker Buehler was my, I believe, was my Cy Young pick.
Who was mine? Oh, fucking Aaron Nola. Right team, wrong guy in the rotation.
All right.
Aaron Nola, though, I mean, like Aaron Nola's not having a slop season. He's just not
He's not having a Cy Young season. And that's okay.
Strikeouts per 9, 10-8-3 for Nola. 10-4-4 for Zach Wheeler.
All right.
Walks per 9, about the same. 196 for Wheeler, 199 for Nola. But he's giving up some homers.
So the take-home message is the Mets have really slid. But what was really cool is the Phillies got to experience an awesome day. Zach Wheeler shoved, and they are now in first place.
Yeah. I'm still trying to justify my pick, though. Aaron Nola's got an ERA that's basically 2 runs higher than Wheeler, but the expected ERA, 3.63.
Oh, man.
The xFIP, 3.48. He's had some shit luck this year. It's okay. We'll get him next year, Nola.
Attaboy. Jared, where do you want to go next? You want to spin the wheel here?
Yeah, let's spin the wheel.
Let's spin the wheel here. You know what? Oh,
the Reds? Yeah, let's talk about the Reds.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, let's talk about the Reds.
The red leggings.
Yeah, Nick Castellanos is back. Went oppo the other night. Then you got Jesse Winker doing what he does. He's elite. Jesse Winker is an elite talent. And what are the Reds? They've won 5 straight. I mean, granted, not against great teams. Dallas, you want to tell me who they just fucking swept in a 4-game series?
No, I
come on.
That's not important. It's not important.
Just say it.
It's not important.
Who'd they get?
They got a division opponent.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They got a division opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you want to kick a team while they're down, that's fine. I'll let you do that. That's not what we're here. That's not what I'm here.
Sure.
If you want to do that.
I would say the quality of opponent during this Reds hot stretch, not tremendous.
What they've been doing, they've taken advantage of a white hot Joey Votto.
Yep.
I mean, just incredible what this dude has done. Absolutely incredible. They've also got a young fella who I think we were banging the drum a while ago.
Jonathan India?
You got it.
That's the fucking nationally. No, that is Trevor Rogers. All due respect to Trevor Rogers. I think it's one of those things where I'm not hating. No. Let me finish my thought.
Well, you hate him because he's left-handed? What's your fucking deal?
I think if the season ended today, it would be a very tough decision. I think maybe Trevor Rogers has a chance to still win if the season ended today, but the season does not end today.
So what makes his odds go down because there's more season left?
Because you got to play.
And how else would you solidify your case?
To play.
Why does that go against him?
Because you got to play. You got to play the games. Otherwise, Jacob deGrom is the National League Cy Young Award winner. If just whatever sample you can throw out there, that's great.
I'm just asking why having more baseball left works in favor of one player and not in the other.
I mean, Trevor Rogers hasn't pitched since July 31st. And he had, I think did they skip his turn before that too? He pitched.
I don't believe so.
July 5th, July 10th, July 20th. So it looked like a turn was skipped there. Or no, that was the All-Star game. And then it went from July 20th to July 31st. And then he hasn't started since July 31st.
So maybe he's just getting a breather.
Maybe. But while he's getting a breather, Jonathan India is hitting the shit out of every baseball that he sees.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, sure.
But the Reds, like you said, are looking to make up a little ground, looking to make it a dance.
Yeah.
In that wild card.
Well, one thing about the Reds here, because I mentioned the schedule, they lost on a walk-off to the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Javi Baez, Amir Garrett walk-off. And then the Reds won the next 3 straight. And then they beat the Mets, lost on a walk-off, but took the series. Lost a makeup game. No, they lost the series opener to the Twins, won the second game, then won 4 straight against Pittsburgh. Great. They've got a makeup game against the Indians today. So they'll play that. Not a good team. But then the gauntlet, the NL East gauntlet. They've got 3 in Atlanta. Then they've got 3 in Philly. If they can, I mean those
NL
6
East
games,
gauntlet for them. I mean, if you plug that team in the NL East right now, they're in first place.
Sure, but I mean, they're playing some teams that are pretty hot right now. They're playing good baseball. They're good
Fucking
baseball
Reds are
teams.
8-2 over their last 10. Why aren't they're hot?
I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying that the Reds aren't good. I'm saying that they've had a little bit of a soft schedule here. And yes, they're hot. They did what they were supposed to do. They won the games they were supposed to do.
Should Milwaukee be worried?
No.
Oh, what?
Nope.
No?
No.
No, you know what? No. Now you're going to make me open the computer up here.
Go right ahead.
I have to look at Milwaukee's remaining schedule here.
Brewers got a 5-game lead.
That's fine. We got fucking 2 months left.
Yeah, more time to solidify first place.
I'm waiting for this schedule to pop up here.
I got it right here.
Let's get a little. Well, I want to. I don't even trust you.
You don't trust my schedule?
I don't trust your schedule. All right. Here we go. Brew Crew. What it do? As we sit today,
Cubs.
Brewers,
Oh my God. Cubs for 4, Pirates for 3, Cardinals for 3, Nats for 3, and then they get the Reds. They don't play the Reds until August 24th. They get a pretty easy schedule until they see the Reds.
No, you know what?
In Milwaukee.
I feel like the Cubs. No, that's a roadie. They're dealing with a hefty roadie right now. 10-game road piece.
Oh no, not that.
10-game road piece.
The Cubs are the team formerly known as the Cubs.
Just
for 4. Bang, 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 4. Then you get the Pirates for 3. They're going to haul off a fucking 7-game winning streak. By the way, since you brought up the Brewers, that series against the Giants, very entertaining. That would be a sexual postseason series.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be a nice DS.
Yeah. It's a tough loss on Saturday, the one that went 11 innings. And they had this great comeback. Willie Adames. I think it was Urias hit the first one. I think he hit they were down 3 Urias hit the 2-run shot. Willie Adames tied it. And then the Giants just kept fucking coming. They kept coming. And then they lose a tough 1-run ball game on Sunday. That would be a great, and they walked him off. They walked him off on Friday. That was tight series, 2-1. It was 2-1 walk off on Friday. Saturday was the extra innings gauntlet where they traded 3-run leads and extras and had a bunch of comebacks. And then Sunday was a 5-4 loss for the Brewers. That'd be a great fucking playoff series.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
So yeah, don't keep your eyes off the fucking Brewers schedule. All right.
I'm trying to help the Reds fans. Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm out here banging the drum of Jonathan India to be the National League Rookie of the Year. If they're going to make the playoffs, I would say that the wild card is a nice little place to look. Don't look at the division. If you're the Reds, you're 2.5 back of the Padres. You're 2.5 back.
They're 2.5 back of the Padres. What, in the wild card?
Yeah. No teams in front of them. They're next in line, and they don't have to worry. I mean, the Reds are 4 back. I mean, the Braves are 4 back of the Reds in the wild card. So like they're in a good spot to maybe make a run at this wild card here.
Well, what we're gonna do right now. Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Well, that's like I said, we got the Reds are running through the East here soon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. But not until I don't want to say it gets soft, but right after that, you got an opportunity to make up a little. If you should stumble during that, but I don't think the Reds are there. You got 3 with the Cubs, 4 against the Fish. They'll be able to bounce back.
How would you feel?
Stub their toe.
How would you feel about Luis Castillo versus Max Scherzer wild card game? Would that do anything for you?
Huh.
What do you mean?
I feel like I like Max there.
No, I'm just saying, does the matchup do anything for you?
Yeah, pitching wise, like those two dudes squaring off, but I think the Dodgers wait out Luis Castillo.
Luis Castillo, on May 23rd, he had made 10 starts this year, had a 7.61 ERA. 7.61 on May 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
He's made 13 starts since then. 80 in a third innings, 83 strikeouts, 2.02 ERA.
Carvature.
Yeah. Opponents hitting 201 against them with a 573 OPS.
That's healthy.
He has flipped a switch and become a stud ace once again. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, I think you look at Luis Castillo's ERA on the year and it's like, oh, okay, he's got a 4. It's a 4.09. All right. But you look at what he's been doing. I mean, you talk about 6.71 to 2.02 or whatever the fuck I said. That's flipping a switch. That's not a gradual thing.
That's a turnaround.
Yeah.
That's a turnaround.
I would love that wild card matchup, but then that means that the Padres don't make it. And I don't know.
Well, you know what, Jared? I think it's time we address a couple elephants in the room.
Yeah.
And I'll start with my elephant. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'll start with my elephant.
Yeah, please do. Please do. What do you know? What did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
What did I know about what?
Did you know? I mean,
no,
you got to figure that the A's were aware of something. I mean, the way that those things work, the player finds out probably weeks before it goes public because they're afforded the opportunity to appeal. before. I mean, basically, if you turn down your opportunity to appeal, that's when it goes public. But they'll let you know that you got popped, give you the chance to appeal, and then if you pass the appeal, then it never comes out, basically, unless you've got a dirty rat somewhere. So I think a lot of baseball fans are sniffing this one out, thinking the A's were made aware of the positive test. And then that's when they were like, you know what? Starling Marte, Jesus Luzardo, we got ourselves a fucking deal. Let's do it. And he's been great. He's been great for them so far.
Marte has been incredible. Dude just went, he legitimately just hit 500 in this last series against the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Just incredible skill set on display. Fantastic. To your point about knowing or seeing it coming or whatever, I believe the Oakland A's were positioning themselves to be as good as they could possibly be defensively, offensively. Marte represented that. They said goodbye to Luzardo. I was very emotional about it. And for reasons, like I said, I know the kid, watch the kid work, watch him develop. Like when you're there down on the field, watching these guys and talking to them and it's not like I'm his fucking pitching coach. I'm just there watching. But you bounce information and you're having conversations, you become invested in that. And I wanted to see him do well in Oakland, and understanding that he was kind of asked to do multiple different things, start, relieve. The way he went about his business at times was, I'll say tinkered with. You're trying to figure out ways to maximize your tools. I get that. So that's where the attachment was. But it's understanding that the A's, look, I mean, for those who don't know or maybe forget, I played for the A's, and that was always a message that was delivered to us was, if you are good at this point in time in the season, we have no problem making a move to help this room right now get better. No problem. But you got to show us that we're there. And the A's have responded. And it's because of the additions of Marte, the additions of Yan Gomes and Andrew Chafin and Josh Harrison. Like, these dudes are absolutely delivering on every front. You couldn't ask for more out of really each one of these dudes. So when Laureano gets popped for PEDs, initially you're like, damn, this could have been so great. This could have been so great. Laureano was more than willing to slide over to right field, give center field to Marte, and all was just going to be right with the world, right? You were going to have a lineup that looked very long now, with other guys coming back and getting healthy. Chad Pinder's on the mend, coming back. And now, no Laureano. Marte controls center field. No problem. You've got guys that you can move around to the corners. And for the A's to have Starling Marte, like, the dude is dropping bunts down, stealing bags, hitting homers, playing defense. You couldn't ask for more. And it's been everything that you would want out of an addition at the All-Star break. It's been fantastic.
I'm happy for you. He's been great. I've been watching. I mean, I watch every game, but I've been paying attention to what Marte's been doing. Hit the 3-run walk-off homer, which was great. Just introducing himself to A's fans right off the bat. And yeah, it's a good addition. It's just, disappointing that some teams think that they're above playing by the rules. That's all.
Whoa, what does that mean? Some teams, hey, like a team.
Well, yeah,
can't control an individual.
No,
can't control an individual.
No.
That's plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
The team
can't control it.
Has moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Starling Marte, 425, 8 runs, 2 homers through his first 9 games.
Did I see
for the
he uses an interpreter? He doesn't speak English?
Yeah, shout out to my homie Manny, who is the bat boy for the Oakland A's. Manny does the interpreting.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fucking awesome. Manny.
I mean, hey, Manny, if you're listening, stop being his interpreter until they fucking pay you for that. Go get your money from the cheap ass Oakland A's. You get paid bat boy money, ask for interpreter money. That's a whole different job, Manny.
Manny gets that love. And if you for 1 minute think that Manny doesn't get taken care of because of efforts like that, Jared, you would be sadly mistaken, my man.
I mean, not out of the realm of possibility to think that the A's would try and pull a fast one there.
Well, first of all, we're talking about the players and their interaction with their bat boys. All right. That's very different than how
the organization. Yeah, I'm sure that the players probably break them off. But the organization,
it's a good place to be. Having a job like that, that's a nice spot to be, man.
Under the table gig. Love that.
Great place to be.
Yep.
Yeah. But the A's just took 3 from the Texas Rangers.
Oh, wow. That's super difficult.
No, the idea is you're now only within 2 of the Houston Astros for the division.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, the Oakland A's are same thing I said earlier.
Wow, this sounds I can hear. Oh, you know what? Hey, Jared, you know what? As your partner. As your partner, Jared.
No.
I know what needs to be done.
What needs to be
That's all we'll have to say about the Oakland A's. You've got some things that you desperately need to get off.
No, I don't. No.
Desperately.
No.
You lead the league in State of the Nation addresses and emergency pressers.
I've only done 2.
I mean, it has been. I thought that you reposted an old video, and I was like,
I made sure I did it in a different location too.
I was like, no, this is a very new, very fresh / still weeping wound that is being put on.
I'm
display.
fine.
It's man, dude.
I'm fine.
Because you want to talk about the Mets and the fall from grace and first place.
Oh, please. The Mets went out and got Lindor and Stroman and Walker.
The Red Sox didn't best power hitter in the month of June. What are you talking about?
Hasn't played a game yet. The Red Sox weren't supposed to be here.
Oh, stop it.
They weren't. Hey,
stop it. But you are. But
you know what, Dallas?
But
this is beneath you. This is beneath you.
No, beneath me. I am trying to give you an opportunity. I felt you.
I love the opportunity.
Airing out your laundry. I wanted to give you the opportunity to do that. We didn't need to talk about the Oakland A's.
You don't even realize what you're doing right now. The last thing that needs to happen, and I know that you agree with me, regardless of what you say,
I'm just talking
last
to you.
thing
I'm talking
that
to you.
needs
This isn't
to
directed
happen
at any players in that
is let us as a group, as a society, as a community of baseball fans, the last thing that needs to happen is a narrative developing that the Yankees are just the little engine that could. Don't let that happen. The Red Sox were the little engine that could in the first half. That was a good, fun story. It was a team that wasn't supposed to be there. And then the Yankees, they were supposed to be in the fucking World Series. And then they just sucked because they underachieved and they're frauds. And they couldn't cheat anymore. They couldn't cheat anymore, Dallas. They started making excuses. And now, the Yankees, here come the Yankees. Here come the Yankees. It's like, cool, man. You were supposed to be there the whole time.
Hey,
you were supposed to be there.
This is like a bad Chris Angel magic trick. All right.
I know that I'm right. And I know I'm not going to let you do whatever it is that you're trying to do. I'm not letting that happen. And I'm hoping, hey, Cardinals fans that are listening, Braves fans,
the worst sleight of
Oakland
hand.
A's fans, don't listen to your fucking demigod over here. He's just pushing buttons and it's not working. I unplugged the batteries. You can push all the buttons that you want. It's not happening over here.
You good? Are you all right?
Not happening. The Boston Red Sox have gone through a tough couple of weeks. Yes. But in the second half of this Major League Baseball season, the Yankees and the Rays are tied for the best record in baseball, and the second best record in baseball belongs to the Toronto Blue Jays. That's why everyone's freaking out about the Red Sox. No. Every team, every good team, it's peaks and valleys. Every good team is going to have peaks and valleys. Right now is a valley for the Boston Red Sox, and it just so happens that the Rays and the Yankees literally have the best record in baseball in the second half, and the Toronto Blue Jays have the second best record in baseball in the second half. That's what it is. It's bad luck. It's bad timing. Shit happens. The Red Sox are still going to make it to the playoff. I don't know if they're going to win the division or not, but mark my words, the Red Sox, when the playoffs start, they'll be there. They'll be there. I don't know if you'll be there. We'll be there. You might not be there. The Red Sox will be there. You can laugh all you want about the Rays and the Yankees and the Blue Jays, but you should be just as threatened as I am. You're not going to win the division. The A's are not better than the Astros.
Hey, it doesn't matter who's better. It matters who's playing better at the right time. No, we just need to be playing better at the right time.
No,
I'm okay with that. I am okay.
You have the wrong frame of mind right now. No. We have a common enemy. We should be banding together, and you are divide and conquer. That is not what we should be doing right now. We should be on the same page here, and we're not. And that's because of you and your fuckery. You need to get it together.
I'm just out here on the West Coast, man, trying to do what we do.
Typical West Coast mentality, not a care in the world. What do we gotta worry about, bro? Serious up, dude. Gnarly dog. You're not worried about what you should be worried about. You should be worried about the Rays, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays, and you're not. You're not. Instead, you're gonna try and grave dance on me when I am prepared for what's coming. You're not. I don't want to see. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad what you're doing. Like, I don't want to see you on the outside looking in when the postseason starts. I don't want that. But guess what? If you keep sitting there in your comfy little chair, your fucking backwards hat, and your goofy ass t-shirt, like, you're gonna not even realize what hit you. You're gonna be like, hey, Jared, what are we gonna do for playoff coverage? And I'm gonna be like, Dallas, you're not in the fucking playoffs because you weren't prepared for August and September. You had your head jammed up your keister, and you weren't thinking about what was coming next.
I feel like you're the kid right now in Sandlot, where they're trying to evaluate how to kill the beast, like how to get the ball back, and he just got hit with a sack of flour or whatever. Well, I don't know what fucking blew up on him, and he's like, going about this all wrong.
Yeah,
like you are fully look. Is it because I can't even look at you.
I mean, I'm appalled at your behavior. We should be on the same side here.
We are. I am. We will be. What?
That's not convincing at all. We will be.
Oh man. I don't think there's much to fear. All right.
For who?
For me, anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's real selfish. I'm good. Imagine if fucking Captain Smith was like, I mean, this sucks, but like, I got a duck boat or a fucking lifeboat lined up, so I'm good. Well, you guys figure it out.
You're right. You don't deserve
terrible.
That. You don't.
No, I don't.
That.
No, I don't
deserve that, and I apologize for that. So what we need to do, I mean, we're going to have to look at some scheduling here, and we're going to have to figure out we're going to have to figure out who we're becoming very big fans of down the stretch here. That's why I couldn't have been a bigger Seattle Mariner fan.
Yeah, America's team.
Couldn't have been a bigger Mariner fan over the weekend.
Our Mariners.
Yep,
it is. Right. Our Mariners, America's team.
So if right here, right now, you would like this is the meme, right? The two hands clasped together.
Yeah.
The A's and the Red Sox. Fuck the rest of these wild card hunters. Fuck them.
We need them to lose.
Fuck them all.
I don't know. I've usually kept it together on starting 9.
Yeah. No. Today, my friend. Today we're gonna.
Today was not that day.
If we can reset the clock back, days without incident, 0.
But I think in starting 9's existence, I've never been in this position before. I've either known by this point that it wasn't going to happen, or I've known by this point that it's going to happen. So being in this position where it's like it could happen, but it might not too. I've never been in that position before.
Yeah. So and that's why, dude, that's why you got to adopt the West Coast mentality when it comes to stuff like this, because like you live and die, and you got to let this thing play out. You got to let the game. Like Jared,
no, you got to take action. I'm gonna be at the game tomorrow night. We got Tampa coming to town. The Rays are in town for 3. Guess where I'm gonna be? Right next to the damn Red Sox dugout. I'm gonna be there tomorrow night at Fenway, literally in shouting distance of Alex Cora and everyone else. When the Red Sox are on deck, when they're in the on deck circle, they're in a straight line to me. I'm going to be fucking yelling at them. I'm going to be yelling in the dugout. I'm going to be getting the fucking boys going, and we're going to fucking win this thing. We're going to win the fucking series and take back first place.
I mean,
that's what's going to happen.
So you have a 3-game set?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to hope to get within 1. That's your goal.
Correct. Get within 1.
Yes. Get within 1.
Yeah.
All right, we can do that. We can fucking see. You've known this about me. Lifelong Red Sox fan when the A's are not being affected by the play of the Red Sox.
Yep.
Lifelong.
You
So
love Boston.
I do. I love Boston.
Yeah.
I have no problem pulling for the Red Sox. No problem. That's where my heart lies now. All right.
Did it in the World Series.
I did it in the World Series. I need that same energy.
Well, you did. I think you did it in the World Series, like after we took like a 2-game lead or whatever.
No. I mean, who else was I? I mean, like who else was I going to be pulling for there? Come on, I was running up and down.
You love Max Muncy
concourse, waving the flag. I do. I do love Max, but still, I knew where I needed to be.
Yeah, and you know what? This feels liberating. I feel like I finally broke my chains, because we've been doing this podcast for 5 years, and I wanted to make sure that when we started this, that the listeners were like, I knew that they weren't going to give me a chance at first. Be like, this guy, he only likes the Red Sox. He only pays attention to the Red Sox. Half a decade later, I think I've proven that to be wrong. I watch all baseball. I love all baseball. I can talk all baseball. But at the end of the day, and this is something that I've never quite understood, because I still get this now, where people were like, you're just a fucking Red Sox fan. But dude, everyone at Barstool is a fan of a team. Like Big Cat, he's a Cubs fan. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. Like everyone that covers their sport at Barstool Sports is a fan of a team. Like we don't have a Ken Rosenthal. We don't have a Woj. We don't have someone that like doesn't openly root for their home team in addition to covering the entire sport that they cover. Well, I happen to be a Red Sox fan, and that is a big market team. So there are fans of other teams, like fuck the Red Sox. So inherently that means fuck you, Jared. However, why don't we change the perspective here? Why can't we appreciate that?
Well, no. See, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
That's what sidebar here. Let's take 2 minutes. Barstool appreciation.
Yeah.
That's what makes what we do something that people seek out.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about the time that we're living in right now is if I hate you because you're a Red Sox honk and I'm a Yankee diehard, I very well may listen because maybe I respect what you got to say. Maybe I want firepower to aim my arrows back at you with, whatever the case. But you know where you can go to get what you want to get, how you want to get it. And to have it like, kind of be laced with fandom, that matters. That helps create the environment where folks come and listen and they know, like straight up, they can turn it on and they know that they can take a side, right? Mm-hmm. And there's some fun in that if they also understand and are with us along the way, and realize that we're having fun with that as well, that we're going to be homers to the homer extent, but at the same time are addressing everything else going on around the game. And when you have the passionate fandom of somebody who has an inside track to the topics that you are interested in, well, that's what you're after.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Like,
Right.
so it is like I become good friends with guys who do podcasts for other teams. And it's just because, one, I respect their fandom, and I don't care if you have 100 listeners or 100,000 listeners. Like if we're vibing and then that's all that matters. And you can see that they have that same following, that same respect. That's what makes it cool, that you're a fan of a team that you're also covering.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that felt liberating to just be a Red Sox fan.
Get it off your chest. You need it.
I'm a fan.
I'm
a Red Sox. I'm a Red Sox fan.
Let it out.
I'm a Red Sox fan. This whole time I've been a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, the big reveal.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I love that team, and I want to win baseball games, and I want you know what this is, Dallas? I have therapy every Monday morning. She was off this week. And one of the things that I was going to bring up in therapy today was, you know what? I think I pinpointed something that's related to my mental health, and that I think it's too directly tied to the fucking Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
That like 2018, best year of my life. 2019, very bad year. Last year it was okay because I moved home and I was fine, and the Red Sox were in last place, but like it was just a weird year anyway. And then this year it's like I feel awesome. And then on this past week I'm like, why am I fucking miserable? I was like, oh, because the Red Sox are collapsing and every other team around them is winning baseball games. And I was like, okay, we need to develop a more healthy relationship with things outside of baseball. But at the end of the day, like that's what makes being a baseball fan great, is like your mood is essentially controlled by your favorite baseball team. And that's like the lows are low, no doubt. I'm sure there are Mets fans right now that are listening to this. They're like, preach, motherfucker. Like, I totally get what you're saying right now. I've been miserable. I hate my job. And it's because the Mets are collapsing. And same thing with the Red Sox. So, but those highs, Dallas, those highs are what you spend the rest of your life chasing. If you get a little taste of it when you're a kid or you're a teenager, or even if you're in college, I mean, you taste that and you chase it for the rest of your life. And speaking as not to rub it in everybody's face, speaking as a baseball fan who has experienced the championship high 4 times in all different phases of my life, high school, college, post, like right around post college. And then as a Barstool personality, like I've had it in every era of my life. They're all fucking great. And I hope everyone listening to this podcast, no matter what your favorite team is, if you're a Yankee fan and maybe you're a teenager and you don't remember 2009, I hope every single person listening to this podcast gets to experience the high of winning a championship, because it is fucking great. And it's what fuels you being a baseball fan for the rest of your life.
Still waiting.
Yeah. The chase and then pursuing the high once you get it.
This happened to me. This happened to me in elementary school. I got fucked out of going to science camp.
Damn it.
All right.
That's a tough card to be dealt.
Because I went to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I went to 4 different elementary schools by the time I was in 6th grade.
Why is that? Were you a bully?
No, not at all. Not at all. Quite the contrary.
You got bullied.
No, didn't get bullied. No. But the school I was at in 5th grade, the 6th graders went to science camp. School I went to in 6th grade, the 5th graders went to science camp. And so we're like, hey, yo, like I've been moving around. Is there any way nope, can't happen. No science camp for your boy. So I got fucked out of science camp. growing up, it's known, Giants fan.
Ah, yes.
89, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a wee lad, a wee litlin.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't terribly impacted, right? Like preschool wasn't fucking god awful because the Giants didn't get it done.
Yeah.
But then as I grow older, 2002, not great for the Giants again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get drafted, play for the A's. So the A's are writing checks. I'm now a fan of the A's, retired, work for the A's, ambassador for the A's, broadcaster for the A's. Giants become the team of a fucking decade. And I was like, yeah, hey, cool. I guess I'll just get shit-faced in the parking lot while my friend goes out and closes out World Series games. And I can't like openly root for this because, well, that'd be fucking weird. And yep, sweet. This is fucking awesome. This isn't just purgatory as a baseball fan. Like I have been numb to being able to celebrate like a championship. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Like that is a fucking like that's just like being mummified in fandom. Like did they seriously did the fucking Giants like because you're having that conversation in high school. I'm talking all the shit to these fans, all the shit, and then they rattle off 3 in a deck, and I'm an A's employee during that time, and now have been an A's fan obviously for quite some time.
Yeah, so
that's shifted, but I feel fucking robbed.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That sucks.
Brutal.
Damn. If basically if I got like a job with like the Rays in 2004.
Well, like think about in your region, right? Like I don't know who the national who would be the National League like comp.
Like the Braves, I guess.
From a Red Sox standpoint, like who would be because you guys don't have like a regional rival.
Geographically, no. I mean, like they try to make it the Braves because the Braves were here, and then they try to make it the Phillies, even though that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, so just because of the close proximity and the Bay rivalry, the fact that those two teams have squared off before in the World Series, it just there's a lot going on there.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Didn't we previously establish that we were both at that game when the Giants won the World Series in 2010?
Yeah.
I was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was. That's the day that I met my friends from Revolution.
Ah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. Yep. Yeah. I had a seat that was literally the farthest that you could be from home plate.
Up and down the right field line?
Right field corner, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got tickets and it was like
but straight up decent seat.
Yeah, I mean, like I could see everything.
Yeah. For being where you're at, think about everything else you could see outside of the ballpark and then the field down there.
Yeah.
Not a terrible seat even for that seat.
Yeah. That was pretty cool though. I mean, like I had never seen a World Series clincher in person before. See the Giants win the first of the 3 that they hauled off. Brian Wilson closes it out. Dallas Braden is shit-faced in a parking lot somewhere. And then 7 years later, we're doing the Starting 9 digital show with Dallas Braden, Brian Wilson, and myself. And I've said this, you made this point, actually. The Starting 9 digital show was just way ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah.
If that got fired off now, it would be in its glory days.
Mm-hmm. Just the shit that was, I'm telling you, man, the shit that was going on. Like, I don't know. Are those episodes archived somewhere?
They're on like Facebook. Oh. There's like a Starting 9 Facebook page because for some reason we were just cranking out Facebook Live videos back in 2017. And I think most of those episodes can be found there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Weeze and I would spend more time planting and planning little Easter eggs and shit all around the shot.
Yeah.
Than we would I mean, we knew what we were going to talk about, obviously, but yeah, it was a good time. Well ahead of its time though.
Well ahead.
It's unfortunate.
If we were to revive it, which we would have to revive Brian Wilson somehow. I think it would do really well. I do. Like,
oh, it would be good. It would be good because he's in a completely different place these days.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's more free spirited now.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the Blue Jays for taking 3-4 from the Red Sox. That was a big series for them. They are. I mean, it's tight.
It's big of you to say.
Thank you.
It's big of you to admit.
Yep. And if you're kind of like a big person that doesn't want to be, let's say you want to lose, I don't know, 30 pounds in 90 days.
What do you got?
I got Nutrisystem.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You've been shaking it up with the nudies.
Yep. And the bars too.
Bars are fucking bomb.
All new Nutrisystem for Men is a science-backed high protein program that is designed for men to deliver lasting results. You can lose up to 30 pounds in your first 90 days. As we just said, you just eat the food and lose weight.
Hey,
I know it sounds like ridiculous that you could eat to lose
I think
weight,
that's
what it is.
Do I need to shut the bars down? Like, because my metabolism is through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm eating these, or I don't know that I'm probably not the ideal subject. They just taste too damn good.
Right. The bars are fantastic. If you're going for like the meal replacement route, or it's like, oh, I want to slam a shake after a workout, or if you're trying to start your day with a shake, those are fantastic. Can you imagine anything easier than getting food delivered to your door that helps you lose weight?
Oh,
you get fully prepared meals delivered, a top-rated app to keep your motivation levels high, and free on-demand coaching. I know that's what I would need. It's a protein-packed meal plan designed to give you sustained energy while crushing hunger and increasing calorie burn, making weight loss easier. All you got to do, go to Nutrisystem.com/Barstool50 to get 50% off 2 months of food plus free shipping. Again, that is Nutrisystem.com/Barstool50 to find out more and start losing weight today. 50% off 2 months of food, and you get free shipping. Why don't we ship it over to this Cody Bellinger interview that we keep talking about? And have
sounds good.
Yeah. Shout out to the homie, Cody Bellinger. 2 bombs over the weekend. Right after this interview on Starting Nine, it is Cody Bellinger. All right, we are here with World Series champion, MVP, Los Angeles Dodger, Cody Bellinger. One more time. What is this your third time?
Second time, I think.
No, we did you in 2017 over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
That one doesn't count.
Second time over Zoom.
Yeah. Second time over Zoom. Second time we get to see your face. First and foremost, I mean, that hair, the hair is, were you ever a long hair guy before this? I can't remember you being a long hair guy.
Never. I had long hair at some point in high school, but it was bad. It was really bad.
What happens? When's the transition occur where you're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going lettuce.
Well, last year it was a little bit when it was COVID, I didn't want to get a haircut. You know what I mean? I didn't want to
you ain't fucking with
do
it.
Haircut people at the stadium. We do now, so I don't really have an excuse, but it was curly and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna let it ride. And this year, I don't know. I got a haircut like right before the season to even it all out. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna let it ride and see what happens.
Every short hair guy that goes the lettuce route has a hair mentor somewhere along the line where it's like, you got to use this product, you got to use this comb, you got to use this conditioner, shampoo. Who has been your hair mentor? Because I can't imagine that you've gone on this journey by yourself.
No, definitely not. Actually, my girlfriend and her sister.
Okay.
Both got wavy hair. They know everything about it. So they've been a good mentor.
Are you a leave-in condish guy? You a leave-in guy?
Yeah, I have.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Yeah, I have absolutely. I mean, let's just be honest here, Belly. All right, hey, that's fucking enough, pal. All right, that was a little aggressive.
Yeah, the leave-in conditioner, that's like a secret that girls keep. Like, I didn't know about that until this year, and then I started using it. A little Garnier Fructis, free ad for them. But I throw that in there. It's a difference maker.
It is, man. It is.
All right. So the Dodgers right now, you guys just wrapped up a series against Houston. Where are we at in the standings here? Because I know the Giants have been a problem. Dallas has been all over the Giants this year.
I know where they're not.
Dallas has been saying that the downfall of the Giants is coming. We haven't seen it. So right now the Dodgers sit 3.5 back of the San Francisco Giants. Is it weird for you to finally be chasing a team for the first time in your career?
Yeah, first time in my career. It's a little different. It's pretty exciting. I think, from what I can remember, the series with the Giants, this is the first year where like every game matters, and your scoreboard watching a little bit, and or we're in August now, but it's definitely different for me.
Like, what are you thinking when you watch the front office make the move that they've just made? I mean, the Dodgers are picking up fucking Cy Young winners like there's spilt Tic Tacs on the floor. Like, oh, here, let me grit these here. Here's another one. There you go. Oh, there's Scherzer. So like, how like what's going through your nugget when you see this unfold? You're like, oh fuck, yeah, it's game time.
Yeah, I mean, I knew a few days before it was a possibility, and we were like, that would be ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But so I was in the know a little bit, where I was like, this could definitely possibly happen. Where were we when I think we were flying back home when the news broke. So we were just on the plane, celebrating. It was a cool time.
Like, I mean, I would imagine being a Dodger during this time, like you came up, I mean, the Dodgers are obviously like a first class organization with a rich history, but you have been at the epicenter of like this run of the Dodgers dominance. Does it lose any of its luster or excitement when it's like, got another fucking Cy Young Award winner? Like, here we go. Like every single year you're expecting to contend. Every single year you already have a great team. And then the Dodgers go out and make a great team even greater every single year.
Yeah. I mean, what was your question? Does it get old?
Does it still like, is it still as exciting as it was like when you first came up and it's like, oh, we added Mookie. Oh, we added so-and-so. And it's like, oh, we got fucking Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
I think you don't become numb to the feeling. It's definitely exciting. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, oh, now we have like the missing pieces. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, you definitely doesn't get old.
No.
The vibe from the fans, and like just being out here in the Bay Area, right? I deal with a lot of fans from San Francisco, and they're bitter. They're a little bitter about feeling like they're playing second fiddle in this whole rivalry game now, because they've watched the Padres come in and take the league by storm. They've watched the back and forth that have occurred between the Dodgers and the Padres. Like, is there any sense of a new kid on the block when it comes to that rivalry? Like, because you just made the comment, like, fuck, these games against the Giants now, they kind of matter. Every one of them kind of matter. Hasn't necessarily been that way, but the Friars and all them boys, they're heating shit up. So is there a new sense like, yo, we might have to be paying attention to both of these dogs?
Oh, 100%. I think we noticed that this offseason when, they went out and got all the guys they did. We knew it was probably going to be the hardest division, and I think it is, with the Bears being what they are and how many games back. I mean, we knew going into the season that it was going to be a challenge, and it definitely has lived up to that hype.
So when you're out there, we've talked about the Giants, we've talked about the Padres. I feel like because the Dodgers are on top coming off a championship and, 50 straight years of winning the division, like I feel like if you're on the Dodgers, you almost don't see other teams as a rival. You're just like, everyone's a rival. We're just trying to stay on top. I feel like it's more to the Giants and to the Padres at that point where they see the Dodgers as a rival. Like, do you feel like when you're playing those teams that there is a heightened sense of urgency or a heightened sense of competition when you're playing the Giants and the Padres, and which one do you feel like is more intense?
Yeah, definitely. I think we kind of always have that feeling, no matter who we play, that the team's gonna, come out and try and beat us. Whether it's the third starter, the fifth starter on a random Wednesday, we get the dude's best stuff. And but I'll say that it definitely is, the in-division games definitely matter. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way around it. So yeah, I would say it's definitely heightened.
Do you guys, like, as a position player group, ever just sit back and kind of laugh and chuckle at the moves that have been made for you guys on the mound? And do you ever like when Max is getting ready, are you guys watching him for the first time? Are you just like, because he's a fucking weirdo, and I absolutely love that. Like, just I know him by proxy, you know, like having like Kurt Suzuki's told me a lot about how this dude goes about how he prepares, and so I'm really intrigued by dudes like that. But like, did you find yourselves going like, yo, what's he gonna do today? Like, what do you got? What do you think we're about to feature right now?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of we got some intense starters, you know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
So we kind of had to get, you know, around the questions like, how do we say hi? You know, how is it like on start day? But he is focused, you know what I mean? Like, he is focused on his job all day. It's pretty cool to see. And then I had a pretty cool view. I mean, I was sitting on the dugout in the 7th inning when he got that standing ovation. It was cool, man. It was a cool moment to be a part of.
I know that like most starters are pretty intense on start day. Is there anyone that is approachable on start day that you've ever kind of come across where like he doesn't want to be like left alone and in the zone and no one talk to me? Like have you ever had a teammate like that?
Yeah, some guys are all day long, and then let's see. I've had a few where it's like you talk to them all the way up until like an hour, you know what I mean? Like until they have the jersey on, then it's go time. But more so, they're pretty locked in all day.
Yeah. What's Kirsch like?
That dude shows up in his uniform.
Yeah.
He spikes on 7 hours before the game.
Yep. Yeah. He's locked in. He is he's got his routine definitely down to a T.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of the more intense guys for sure.
I remember walking in, like working at ESPN, and we were doing a Dodger game, and my buddy McCarthy and Brett Anderson, buddies of mine, they were like, dude, just if you can get there early so you can see Clayton. And I was like, why? And they were like, just get there early, because they knew me and how I would go about shit. And so I got there and I took a picture of like just his feet, because he's in his fucking spikes and it's like 3:30 or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? They're like, bro, it's early uni, lock in the fucking minute he get there. And I was blown away.
Yeah, and I got to play with him for a few years now, and it's not fake, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, it's real. So that's what you can appreciate, you know, like it's not just because he's done this, but no, it's like, no, this is real, and this is what gets him ready.
Yeah, I remember in the 2018 World Series, the night before his start, he was in the bullpen in a tank top, 45 degrees, no baseball, just going through his mechanics. There's not a single soul in the ballpark, and it's like, this dude, you can see why he has the success that he has. But enough about pitchers. As a position player, like you've had almost like half a decade in the big leagues now. Was there, when you first came in, was there a guy that you latched onto to sort of be like, all right, this is how you do it in the big league level? Like, this is the routine that I'm going to latch onto. And then have you stuck to that routine, or kind of you just like made it your own, where it's like, all right, I took a little bit of that, I took a little bit of this, and now this is what I do?
Yeah, you kind of find your own routine. I was actually, my rookie year, I was locker mates with Andre Ethier, and Arizona guy, you know what I mean? And he really took me under his wing. We still contact each other all the time. Like, he was so good to me, and I still really appreciate him to this day. I mean, honestly, the whole locker room was good to me when I showed up, but you find your own routine. And I think as a position player, it changes, you know, year in and year out, more so than a pitcher, I would believe. But I mean, this year's been a little different for me. I'm actually in the weight room more so than ever, just because I'm trying to get some strength back from, you know, the time I missed. So I had to change up my routine and like find my routine a little bit. And so it definitely changes, at least for me, year in and year out. But you kind of just find your own routine and whatever gets you ready for the game, you know?
Well, hold on, Dallas. The part of your routine to get ready, I mean, we know that you're using that Flonase. We know that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I need it. I mean, especially during the fall, as fall's coming up.
Allergies.
Bad. I usually it's just spring, but now the fall gets me too, and I got to continue my allergy routine.
Did we talk about the? Did I ask you last time if you had did you go through the nasal endoscopy thing?
Huh?
Did you know what a nasal endoscopy is?
Do I know what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds intense.
Kind of is. They stick this fucking hose up your nose for like 2 minutes. It's a camera. They're looking around in there to see if you.
Oh, a camera. Oh no, never done it.
Yeah, they're just up there looking around like if you got a deviated septum, if you're struggling to breathe and shit.
Oh, I had a homie that did that actually.
Yeah.
And they did that to him.
Yeah,
wow.
it's not fun. Fairly invasive.
Did it?
Yeah, they numb the shit out of your face. And like, I've been there on a Friday night, 3 a.m, but that's not what I thought was happening then. And let me tell you, you get out of that fucking chair going, I'm way worse now. Thanks.
Yeah, right. That is so funny.
Not good. Dude, I got to ask you about this. This is, well, hold on. One more thing about Dre. My road AA roommate. Okay. So, Ethier was my roommate on the road in AA. So when I first got to AA, great Dre story, he's playing left field and I get 2 quick outs, end up walking a guy. My pitching coach comes out. I try to pick him off. Pitching coach comes out, gets fucking ran out of the game. My first game in AA. Give up a knock. Dude comes all the way around. Dre fields the ball in the corner. Boom, hoses him at home for the 3rd out. Like, ends the inning. And I'm like, wow, this guy's a fucking superstar. Proceeds to go 3 for 4. And we win the ball game. After the game, everybody's left. Dre is in the cage yelling and just an fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude just had like a fucking career game, like a great defensive play, 3 for 4, and he could give a shit less. Like, pissed off, he was still stuck in Midland, Texas. Like, why am I here? I'm a fucking big leaguer.
Yeah.
What did you take away from that dude? Because there is a lot to take away: intensity, preparation, diligence.
So actually, I was on his last year. You know what I mean? I've heard stories of Dre just being like a starter every day, back in the day. But I actually didn't get that Dre. I had the Dre in his last year who was really trying to enjoy it. So it's a different Andre from what I heard. I heard he used to be, and he would admit it, he used to be like, don't talk to me, I'm starting today. Like, and he would start every day,
Right.
But I'll have the opportunity to have the fun Dre and the guy who's coming out and wants to come out on top and have fun and be a good teammate. So it was awesome.
That's good. Jared, you told me, Jared, are you having a child, Cody? Is this true?
Yes, I am.
Dad strength coming in hot.
That's right. You can go ahead and shut that gym down.
Dad bod coming in hot. Little girl, man. Technically supposed to be end in November, so right after the season, which is nice.
So you find this out and you've got 2 bottles of Flonase up your nose trying to catch your breath. Like, how did you get it dropped on you? How did you find out?
Well, my sister was pregnant as well.
Okay.
And, she was explaining to our family, the symptoms she was having, or not the symptoms. Is that what it's called? Yeah. The symptoms she was having, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh, had some of these. What's going on?" And the next day, after my sister tells us she's pregnant, I come back to the pregnancy test, me positive, and super exciting time where my sister's having a little girl as well. So 2 little girls in the family.
Attaboy, girl dad. Welcome to the club, my man.
Oh yeah, you too?
Yeah, I got a couple of little ones. I got a 3 and a 2-year-old. So I know what you're getting ready for, man.
Excited, man. Yeah, we just got a room, cleaned up. So we're about to put the crib together. It's a super exciting time.
Where are we at on gender reveals for you?
We didn't have one. We did one ourselves.
Okay.
She surprised me with it because she knew before me.
Okay.
And then she did a video and then we just sent it out.
What was it, cutting the cake or what?
She popped a little.
Popper.
Right when I walked in, and it was pink. I thought for sure I was having a boy.
Yeah.
I really did the whole time. Like, this has to be a boy.
What is your, like, if you can, I would love to see the video footage. Was this recorded? Was your reaction recorded?
Yeah.
I would love to see your face, because I had to do the same gender reveal thing, and I hit a ball, like standard baseball, and just pink everywhere. And you can see me in the video go, no, just my whole world fucking crumbled. So
it was like a few minutes after where I was like, damn, I was having a boy, you know? But honestly, I'm actually, I don't know, because I'm not having a boy, but I'm actually like so over the top about having a girl. Like I've heard nothing but unbelievable things about having a little girl.
There's no love like it, man. I just dropped him off for the first time at school about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or so. And you feel shit that you didn't even know you had room to feel, bro. It's crazy. It is, but it puts shit in perspective. And so I'm very happy for you and your girlfriend. I'm very excited for you because their life does start to really gather a different meaning for you, man. And you're in a great place right now, and it's only going to get better. So congratulations, dude. It's very exciting.
Super, super excited about it.
Do we have like a power rankings on potential godparents at this point?
Haven't even thought of it. I should get on it though.
Definitely should get on it. Yeah.
A few months away.
Yeah.
Gotta get on it. I actually haven't even thought of that.
Yeah.
Starting 9 boys, we could throw our hat in the ring. Just if
I'd be a great godfather.
Yeah.
Great gift buyer. I mean, I'd be huge at that.
All right, I'm gonna have to take that into consideration.
One of the names that we didn't get to bring up yet in terms of dudes just walking in the clubhouse and changing shit around. You guys just randomly got Albert Pujols. Like how, because I mean, how old are you? 25? 26. So you're 26 years old. Like this is a dude that you grew up like watching MASH homers on TV. You probably played as him in a video game. Now he's your teammate. Now you can tap into that wealth of knowledge. Like what was it day one when he walked in? And like, what are some of the conversations that you've been able to have with him?
So, dude, it has been unbelievable, and I'm lucky enough to be locker mates with him as well. So,
nice,
extremely cool. I was not here when he first showed up, but everyone was telling me, "Dude, he's the best. He's the best." And I came in a little later, a few weeks later, and got to meet him. And dude, he's unbelievable. Like every home at bat, we have career numbers up there. It is ridiculous, man. Like it's hard to fathom how many like hits and RBIs he has, and like he's still really good to this day. Like he goes up to the dish and you're like, Albert's gonna be Albert here, and it's just like it's really special to watch.
What about his routine, or what about his preparation? If you've watched or if you've noticed, kind of like Dre, not that you've taken anything from him, but just something that you've watched, because, you know, great ones, they're consistent. They're just really, really consistent. So have you noticed anything like, you know, what he does do? I see this happen a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing is it's hard to beat him to the field, and that's pretty wild. He's usually always the first one to the field, and he's not even playing every day, you know? So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, his routine is the same every day, like the cage time. And I actually love watching his cage work. It's like, you know, the tee, like not many people use the tee. It's cool to see someone use the tee and like almost not perfect it, but like have it benefit him, you know? So, yeah, you just listen to him when he talks and, ask him questions, and he's always there to help.
That must be insane. Just walk in the clubhouse, there's fucking Albert Pujols.
Savage, bro. Savage.
We've got like 2 months left of the season. Do you kind of sense in the clubhouse that there's just like a sense of calmness in terms of where the Dodgers are at in the standings? Like there's no panic. There's no like, hey, you know, like we're 3.5 back. Like, what are we going to, like, there's no one scrambling. Like the talent is in the room. Like, what is the vibe in the clubhouse right now?
Yeah, the vibes are always good, man. The vibes are always good. But with that being said, like we know that we're not first in the division and that there's work to be done. But it keeps it, you know, keeps it fun every day. It keeps the intensity up. You said different from years past where we've had a big lead and we're just kind of like cruising in, you know, and so, you know, I think a challenge is good. And but with that, you know, we trust in our talent, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be a fun 2 months for sure.
Yeah. The one thing that I'm curious about is knowing and understanding the lineage of this team and in this division, is there a sense of, you know what, it's not going to be okay if we walk into this thing wild card one? Like, that's not who we are. Like, it's got to be the division. Is there any of that feeling, or is there any like, hey, you know what, like you said, the vibes are good, boys, we win the division, which we know we can, outstanding. If we get into the like, we know what we're capable of. So is there any stress or level of importance put on it, or is it just, we're just going to keep playing ball?
Yeah, we don't really talk about it, you know. There's not much. So I guess there's not much stress. I think everyone knows,
Sure.
you know, like, we always know what the division is like, but we just go out and take care of ourselves, you know, and what we can control. And that's kind of just the common sense of who we are, you know. There's no really extra talk about what's going on.
Would you say that this has been like the most challenging season for you, like at any level? Like, you can talk about like even like the lowest levels of the minor leagues. Like, is this the most challenging season for you?
100%, man. Like, there's no question about it. But it's been really good though, you know. At the same time, I've learned a lot about. I've never broken a bone, you know. So it's the first time I broke a bone, and then I saw like the effects of the broken bone on the other part of my leg, and so now it's like I'm starting to understand like what I need to do in order to stay healthy. And you know, I feel good now though. I feel like I'm getting some strength back in the weight room. Shoulder, my leg feels good. So, but it's been a challenging year for my body, to say the least. Yeah.
Has it opened your eyes to the importance of preparation? And this is not saying that you didn't prepare. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you're realizing the importance of, like, you know what, you get to a certain point. We play this game our entire life without having to worry about getting banged up, nicked, scratched, whatever. Like, I'm a fucking athlete. It's going to be fine. And then you do hit a point where you incur that injury. That's like, okay, I'm not bulletproof now. And has that been that learning process that you're going through?
Yeah, I mean, I back in the day, I used to like just go in the training room because everyone else was, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I should get half worked on today, even though I didn't need it. But I've learned the importance of like soft tissue, using the things at the field, the tubs, the machines that help your everyday, you know, how you feel, and learn the importance of working out, the importance of working out the proper way, like what working out does during the season to prevent injuries. So definitely learned more so this year than I ever needed to really know back in the day, you know, or even previous years.
You're not a workout after games guy, right?
No, that's tough. Back in I used to work out a few times a week, and now I'm in there every day doing like a few lifts a day. And I actually enjoy that because it wakes me up. I work out every day. And I feel ready for that workout.
I lift, not a big
I
deal.
lift, sorry about it.
Yeah. What's the split look like?
The what?
The split.
The split.
Like Monday you do this, Tuesday you do that, or is it consistent, or is it just kind of like when I go in there, I mix it up for like muscle confusion?
Yeah, I mean, our trainer's got like a program for me every day. It's usually getting my hips loose. Hips are important. Hips, I have pretty tight hips, so I get my hips loose, and then we have like a tight workout 1, 2, 3. 1 being the easiest, 2 being the medium, 3 being the hardest. And depending on how I feel that day, if there's an off day, I pick between 1, 2, and 3, and they have the workout ready for me. We go in and kill it, and then that's, you know, semi gets me going for the day right there.
Love that.
What do you set for yourself at this point in time, and have you, as far as goals are concerned, understanding you're working through things and it's an irregular season as far as production and health and all of that shit that you throw together? So that is what it is. Moving forward, you've got this amount of time left. Are there goals that you set, benchmarks you want to hit, or is it just about tapping into each and every day, feeling how that feels, and going from there?
Yeah, it's definitely no goals numbers wise. It's more so I want to keep getting healthier every day and just keep taking a positive step every day. And on top of that, also just being a good teammate. I think that It's really important, especially when
Hell yeah.
performing as you want to. Just go in and be the same guy and bring positive energy to the guys. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And but I think the main point is just to continuously get better every single day, if it's a small step.
Well, take it from somebody who sucked a lot. It's so much easier to just go and try to have fun and let the guys who are really good enjoy themselves. You're one of those dudes who's really good. So it's great to hear you just kind of acknowledge like, hey, yeah, man, you know, things aren't going well. I still got to be a guy. I still got to be a teammate. But there's other guys that are reserved to do those jobs. You're the dude that they got to keep motivated, got to keep excited about stuff. So you can feel that though.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel good, man. Honestly, I feel starting to properly like get my body back. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
With the helps of my strength coach and trainers. So we're getting there.
Cool. All right. We're up against the clock. So you enjoy the rest of your season. We'll be watching. Best of luck to you. And I'll be talking to you soon.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Girl
Later,
dad.
Later. Girl dad.
Had a baby. Later, brother.
Later.
Big thanks to Cody Bellinger for coming on the podcast. His third time. He didn't remember the first time. I mean, like the first time was not memorable. It was a phoner.
Yeah.
He didn't know us.
No.
He had never met us before.
Right. Now we got vibes.
Yeah. He was that his rookie year? No, that was his MVP year.
MVP year. I got something to say though. You know what? Like I don't know. Are we in a position to start charging for the rub?
I think so.
Because I mean, it's that real, and
his MVP year was 19. Why did I think it was 17? His rookie year, he was rookie of the year in 17. He was MVP in 19. Why did I think he was MVP in 17?
Because he was rookie of the year.
I guess.
I mean, that's logical. He performed well enough.
He won something cool that year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, went to the World Series.
But I think we're in a position to start just like there's gonna be a rub tax.
I think that there should be. And you know what? I don't think that there's enough of an urgency around the league. Like, I don't see players lining up to be like, hey, can I fucking get on here? And I don't even know if it would work the same. I don't know if you can request the rub. I feel like it has to be.
Yeah, it's like an organic thing.
Yeah.
You just gotta happen into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the baseball gods work. When you think about it, you can't plan that kind of stuff.
Right.
They have to pick it. It's like the claw from the fucking, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Toy Story.
You got it. That thing. Wham.
Yep.
Gods are hand picking them. Speaking of hand picking, is Alex Cora getting ready to hand select a starting pitcher?
Yeah, he is. And that's going to be on Saturday. And so I'll be using SeatGeek for that game because Starting Nine is sponsored by SeatGeek.
Yes, we are.
And we've worked with SeatGeek for a long time. We're excited to be back working with them for the 2021 Major League Baseball season. Live events are back. And more importantly, summer baseball is back.
Yes.
It's almost the postseason.
We're knocking on the door of fall ball, baby.
We are. And our friends at SeatGeek have all the tickets, whether it's baseball, football, concerts, or more. SeatGeek puts tickets from all over the web in one place to make buying tickets simple. SeatGeek rates every ticket from 0 to 10 to make sure you're getting a good deal. Green means good, red means bad. So I'm going to be looking for some green tickets for Saturday at Fenway Park against the Baltimore Orioles. And I'll be using our own promo code. That's starting to get you $20 off your first order. That is $20 off the promo code starting. Just download the SeatGeek app, click the Me tab, and enter the promo code starting to get $20 off at SeatGeek. And as you mentioned, Dallas, there is someone coming back on Saturday. It's not Kyle Schwarber.
Sail me on it.
It is Christopher Allen Sale.
Just side note real quick. Did you think you'd see Chris Sale back before you saw a guy you traded for back?
Maybe. I mean, knowing what the injury was, knowing what the player acquired had the injury, I think yeah, I probably expected to see Sale first, but if you had told me and covered up the player's name, are you going to see are you going to see a player? Actually, you know what? No. And you're fucking with my brain right now. Chris Sale's coming back. And I'm very excited for that. It's almost been 2 years to the day. August 13th, 2019 was
my birthday.
That was the last time that Chris Sale towed a big league rubber.
On my birthday.
Yep. And he's making his return Saturday, August 14th, at Fenway Park against the O's. I'm pretty excited for it.
Sale's coming back. You know who else is coming back wearing a pair of socks? Except for their white. Lubob.
Luis Robert.
Lubob coming back to supplement this pale hose lineup.
Yeah.
Again, say what you will about the division. What the White Sox were able to do without Eloy, without this cat, Lubob, all they did was create the biggest division lead in baseball. That's all. That's all they did. Without two absolute horses, that's all they did. That's all I'm going to say.
That's it.
But now you get Lubob back.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that. Also, do you see fucking Eloy on Sunday Night Baseball?
Yeah, dropping Diesel.
Just absolutely. You know what?
2 times.
He kind of owns the Cubs.
Does he?
Yeah. He hits tanks at Wrigley. Didn't he hit one up the stairs there a couple of years back or whatever it was?
Probably. I mean, he's a strong fucking dude.
He is.
I want to watch him take BP again.
Is he one of those it sounds different guys?
I just, it looks easy coming off his bat at times, like in the early rounds too, you know, just watching guys flick balls sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, because that's where you really find like barrel awareness, or you really see guys like if they're just soft and flicking the bat and it's barrel, 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 they're letting it travel, barrel, barrel, barrel. It's not necessarily peppering balls off the wall per se, but it's just the innate ability to get the barrel to the ball. And that happens, like I said, in those early rounds, but then you see him turn it on in the late rounds and it's fucking loud noise. And you're just like, God damn, that is sexy.
Love that.
So that's going to help. That's going to help the old.
It was a bludgeoning. It was a bludgeoning on Sunday Night Baseball. Anthony Rizzo, he's headed to the COVID IL for the Yankees. Terrible timing for them.
That hurts.
Rizzo had been outstanding since coming over in the trade with the Cubs. Obviously, when you hear a guy like Rizzo getting COVID, the first thing you think of is, you know, this dude's a fucking cancer survivor. So you obviously wish for the best health wise before you start talking about the impact on a baseball team. So yeah, we wish the best to Anthony Rizzo. I think Cashman or Boone said that he was doing fine in terms of like symptoms and all that. So that's good.
Yes. You hate to see this.
What is it?
DeSclafani.
Yeah, that's not good. And I don't know. I feel like with the Giants, things had just been going too well all year. Like they haven't had a ton of hiccups really. And if they have had them, they've been quick recoveries. So you lose a guy like that. That's a big bump.
This is not ideal. But you're getting guys back where they just got Belt back. So to your point about not really having many hiccups, like they've done a great job of dealing with guys that haven't been available, and they've taken advantage of the guys that have been available and have just continued to produce for them. And so when you run into a speed bump like this, it's about the guys around them picking it up, holding the rope, as we say. So this is where you got to lean on other guys in that rotation. This is where you got to lean on Cueto. This is where you got to lean on Gosman.
Do you think that they maintain first play? I mean, you've got what?
I've got 6 days.
You've got
Right? What's today? The 9th?
yeah.
Yeah, I've got 6 days. They've got a 4-game lead, 4.5-game lead.
I believe it's 4.
Yeah, they got a 4-game lead. So I need the San Francisco Giants to lose like 4 out of their next 5 out of their next 6. However, they'd like to do that. But I'm also going to need the Dodgers to win the next 5.
What do you think the odds are of that?
Who the Dodgers got in town?
I believe they're another team that's off today. Let's see.
Well,
Dodgers
that doesn't help me.
Oh, they got the Phils.
Oh.
They got the Phils for 3, but then their schedule lightens up a little bit because they've got the Mets.
All right, so through the
and then
Phillies,
the Pirates, and then the Mets again. Ooh.
I needed that schedule to be backed up a week.
Yeah.
All right, so then
That could get interesting though. I mean, like they could cool off the Phillies, maybe.
They could very well be knocking on the door of first place in that division by the end of that Mets series.
Well, who do the Giants have? Let's see. Giants play the D-backs, the Rockies, the Mets, and then the A's, and then the Mets.
It's already too late by the time they get to us. August 20th. Yeah. Stay tuned for August 20th. I'll be paying off a bet on air.
Is this the golf bet?
No, that bet already got paid off. I paid that off last year.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't see any pictures or videos or nothing.
Oh yeah. I was on a fucking 3-hour broadcast
with your hair slicked back.
Yes.
How did I not see this?
Oh yeah. I went down with I went down to the field. So Yaz and Longo could see me. Oh yeah.
Never saw that.
Or not down on the field, but down in the area that I was allowed to go to or whatever.
Interesting. Which bet is this?
This was a bet. And I'm not bitching about it, but this was a bet with the homies from Canadips. The first leg of the Bay Bridge series, which the Giants took 2 out of 3. But there's still time for the A's to win the series. So the Bay Bridge series hasn't been decided yet, just that first series between the 2 teams. So because I lost that bet, which was to win that series specifically, I will be repaying that bet this final series between the Giants and A's.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't like that D-backs Rockies pathway for the Giants over these next 5-6 days or whatever it may be. That really kind of puts a damper on the Dodgers being in first place by August 15th.
Yeah, it's not looking good for you there.
No, it isn't. It's all right. It's all right because should the Giants win the division, I've got a plan.
And what is
it's something that should probably happen. So just Giants fans who are out there thinking, God, it's insufferable fuck for the last God knows how long been telling us that we're terrible. We're not going to make the post. Like it's clear we're going to the playoffs. It's damn near clear. What is this? We're just give me a minute. Okay. Just give me a minute.
I feel like you've had plenty of time to prepare for this.
I'm coming to terms with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious at this point. We'll see.
We will see. And then finally, Clayton Kershaw not expected to return in September. No, he is going to return in September. I'm sorry. Not until September, which Fine. Take all the fucking time you need. You're Clayton Kershaw.
Well, and are we? You want the division though.
No doubt, but I mean, is there any other team in both leagues in the wild card picture more equipped to win a wild card game than the Dodgers?
With just being able to hand select a starter and then start your rotation from there in the next series.
Yeah, and then like piggyback your starter with another fucking ace if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, because what are they going to do? They got Tony Gonsolin, right? Tony Gonsolin coming off the injured list.
Yep.
Let's not forget they did sign Cole Hamels as well as Danny Duffy.
Yep.
But those guys aren't going to be ready to go until probably beginning middle of September-ish.
They've got replacements for their replacements.
Oh yeah, they're going to be fine.
Yes.
I mean, they've got they're fine. Bueller, Scherzer, Urias, Price, Gonsolin. They've got options.
They'll be just fine. Win division or not, I still think that they'll be just fine. The Tigers extended Jonathan Scope 2-year extension. Good for him. I mean, makes sense why they were so adamant about not trading him when they weren't going to contend this year.
Is it an out of nowhere type deal?
I was surprised, I guess, at the timing, but it makes sense when because that was one of those guys. It was like Jonathan Scope, Jesus Aguilar, and Carlos Santana were 3 guys on teams that were not contending this year that we heard like, yeah, not moving them. Nope.
So here's my question. Is this a move that signifies an attempt of a shift in culture in the organization that says, you know what? You're performing. We're going to pay you. We feel like you, Mr. Scope, are a part of what we could be building here in the future with some of these younger guys here. And we want to show them that if you're doing things the right way and if you're producing, we will absolutely entertain the notion of figuring out a way that we can keep you here, figuring out a way that we can make you a part of this Tiger nucleus moving forward for the future, because they're excited about some young guys. And if they're all at the big league level together and they're all starting to get a taste of success together, maybe it's in spurts, whatever it may be, but you see an elder statesman get security. Does that kind of entice, you know what I mean? Does it make sense what I'm saying? Like just I don't know if it's a carrot to be dangled over these young guys, but just
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just more creating an environment where you know that you're going to be rewarded for playing hard and having results.
Yeah.
Because, do you think the Tigers could contend for a World Series in the next 2 years? Doesn't seem super likely. I mean, they've obviously played well above what the expectations were for them this year. But a 2-year extension is more saying, hey, like this dude played hard and should have been an all-star. And like, that's the example that we want to keep around for our younger guys. So we're not just trying to ship off, like you're not just like trade chips to us. Like we're trying to build something here, and we're not, I mean, I think that that's one of the big things that happened, say whatever you want about the 2017 Astros and what they did. But in 2016 is when a lot of those younger guys kind of came up, and 2017 is when they added the Beltrans and the Reddicks and the McCanns. And that made a huge difference where it's like, okay, we have a great young nucleus here, but they don't know how to guide themselves. They need some of the veteran guys that want to be here, that stuck around during the shit years to kind of guide them and show them how to be big leaguers. And I've heard plenty of big league guys talk about that I think like JD Martinez talked about that when he first came up with the Astros. He was like, yeah, there was no one to like show me how to be a big leaguer. And then he goes on to Miggy and then becomes one of the best offensive players in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Like having guys like that around.
I still think the lineage between Miguel Cabrera JD Martinez and Nick Castellanos. Like, there's something there. Like, just being able to learn from those guys, being around those guys. Like, there's so much validity to being in the room with guys and that rubbing off, how they go about their business, discipline, work ethic.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, even no disrespect to Nick Castellanos, but I think the lineage from Miggy to JD to Devers.
Sure. Well, I mean, like I talked about this on our broadcast very early on when we saw Devers. Because you watch JD Martinez's pre-pitch routine in the box, and then you watch Devers.
Same.
He's established it, and that's because he's staring at that dude. Like, he's literally staring at him go through his routine at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
JD walks up, and he's now facing Devers, who is facing JD, stand in that right-handed batter's box. So he's consuming everything JD does pitch to pitch. There's no better example for the youngest stud on your team to have than the best stud on your team, I think, in terms of discipline, thought process. Because look, Xander is a fucking gem.
Mm-hmm.
I think process, orientation, all of that. JD's the sounding board for a lot of guys. And I said this about Mike Trout years ago when Albert came over.
Yep.
And Albert is sitting there on deck, and I'm watching Mike Trout step out after he's taken a pitch, after he's swung at a pitch, and Albert reinforcing little mechanical things, reinforcing sequence. So, like, in his mind, I was watching Trout, like, mimic with his hands, like breaking ball, and Albert, like, back with his hands, fastball, or look away, like, you never know. And I was just like, this is unfair. Mike Trout is now getting, like, Albert Pujols 101 every fucking day. Like, oh my God. Like, look out. This is going to be bad news for baseball.
All right. Final thoughts before we get out of here, Dallas?
No final thoughts.
No final thoughts. Do you have final wishes?
Final wishes.
Yeah. Do you have any final wishes?
No, I are you
teams that you wish would win games this week? Any teams that you wish would lose games this week? Anything like that?
I wouldn't mind watching a few teams in the AL East take a stumble, or at least a couple teams in the AL East take a stumble.
Any teams in particular? Or?
I wouldn't mind seeing the Blue Jays' wings get clipped a little.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing the Yankees get stripped of their stripes a little.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
What's going to be super ironic is if we form this tandem for the Blue Jays to lose and the Yankees to lose, just for us to meet each other in the wild card game.
In the wild card. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to end up happening.
Yeah. You think so? I mean, you guys just go every year.
Pray for chaos.
Yeah.
See you there.
The American League wild card game is like to see if you can beat the Oakland A's in a one game playoff challenge.
Yeah. We own that.
Yeah.
We own that shit. Come get us. We're not the final boss. We're the first boss to lead you into some of the final stages.
Yeah. Interesting.
Working on that. We're working on that.
That'd be very ironic. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll be back on Thursday. And hope you enjoyed the Bellinger interview. Enjoy baseball this week. And my last thing I want to say is it's okay to be a fan.
It's okay to be a fan.
It's okay to be a fan.
We out.